Hello, guys. I didn't think I would ever make this video, but I am making this video because, well, I just it just took me a while to respond to this, and I didn't really want to, but I'm going to anyway, despite that fear, because I know that this is just something that is somewhat important to me, or is really important to you. I don't know. But regardless, it's a pretty big deal. But the Charlie Kirk assassination. And if you don't know, and at least for my time period, it's all over the news. But for yours, say if you're watching this in 2100, especially if you're watching this in 2100, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. You probably thought I just made it up just now. But I didn't. Okay? I'm talking to you about what happened on September 10th, 2025. Basically, there is this man, he's known for talking about politics. His name was Charlie Kirk, and he was about 31 years old at the time, and he got assassinated by whoever this guy was, and supposedly, I don't know if it was the actual guy or if it was confirmed, and it's still very much ongoing, at least from the time when I'm alive, obviously, because it's in the same year. Well, anyway, this is a very bad situation. I do not wish death upon people like this. I didn't like the guy. I didn't like how he acted. I didn't like the way he looked. I didn't agree with any of his opinions. Yes, I just didn't like him. But despite that, I still don't approve of him getting assassinated. I still don't approve of that. And you want to know why? Because assassination is bad. It doesn't matter if it happened to the best person who's ever lived or the worst person who's ever lived. He, she, whoever the hell, shouldn't be assassinating to whoever the hell it is either. Nobody should be doing this. It is just wrong. Because, I disagreed with you, or I agreed with you in some cases. Therefore, because you said it, you must die. That's their logic. And the thing about these extreme radical people is they were already extreme, but what pushes them to the limit, or what causes them to do this, is when extremists become radicalized. Because they already extreme, but if you give them enough excuses, or if you give them enough where it pushes beyond their limit, they just turn into a freaking monster. Now, if you look at the stuff that Charlie Kirk said, you could say, oh, what about that one time he said, unfortunately, some gun deaths every year or something like that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you, the guy who did this, not you, but the you meaning the guy who assassinated Charlie Kirk, that specific you, he, him, whatever the hell, it, whatever. Assassination is not a good excuse for disagreement or agreement, because, and the reason why I say or agreement, and some of you might be confused, how would you kill somebody over agreement? You don't realize that there are literally people who kill people because they don't have something that they disagree with. It's basically a lose-lose situation. They kill you because you disagreed with them, but then they also kill you because you agreed with their opinion. And if you agreed with my opinion, that must mean you're a grifter or something. Because they want to look for any excuse to just say either kill you or kill you with my approval. You know, kill you without my approval or kill you with my approval. That's basically what it is. You know, like disagree without, agree within, with. You know, like that's how they are, unfortunately. And the thing about this guy is, even though it's very hard for me to say this, but even though he did this, I still forgive him, okay? I still forgive. I don't know if him would be the right one, because I don't know if it's actually this guy. But regardless, I still forgive him, if that's the case. Or her, I don't know if they actually caught this person, this individual. But if you're watching this in 2100, you can fill me in on all the stories and everything. Much later on or whatever. Well, anyway. And the reason why I say I still forgive him is because I don't want this to turn into a situation where I say, oh, I condemn this guy, so I must kill him too. You know, like, I don't want to become the same thing I'm trying to tell people not to be. You know, I don't want to force my beliefs, because the best way to believe, like, have good beliefs and do it in a good way is take those beliefs, like, or have them, and I'd rather believe something or have a religion or have a political belief because I can and I don't have to and I intentionally choose to, so I go out of my way to do that, rather than somebody forcing me to when I've never actually believed in that my whole life. You know, like, I'd rather believe in something because I chose it out of my intentional way of doing that, even though I know I don't have to and I just have the option to, the freedom to, rather than, oh, you're forced to, you have to do it in this specific way, you have to do it at these specific times, you have to do this specific, and even if you do this specific, you might get dead. You know, like that. You know, like, it's complicated. Monkey my brains out, you motherfucker. And I know I said a swear word, but you gotta understand, I'm not exactly a family-friendly channel. Well, anyway, because I'm talking about things like this. This is bad. Okay? So, yeah, just don't assassinate people. You know? And it's unfortunate that I have to make this video, or not have to, but I still choose to, because I have the freedom to. I have free will. If I didn't want to make this video, if this video never gets released, so be it. But regardless, I just hope this is a wake-up call for not just my country, the USA, you know, same country as Charlie Kirk, but the world in general, not just of where he's from, or that town he was in, or, you know, my country, or the continent, but the entire world, okay? Like, regardless if you're, in the most peaceful part of the world, the most controversial part of the world, or even hell, sitting in there with the penguins, you know, in Antarctica or some shit. I don't know. Whatever you want to do, nigga. I don't really care. But regardless, you know, I just want peace in this world. And I want peace and security. And I know that there's probably going to be some Jehovah's Witness, because, you know, there's always going to be that one guy. And if you're wondering, they're basically just like a cultish version of Christianity that doesn't believe in the Trinity or like hell. And they're like, oh, that's how they say before Armageddon comes. Even if it is, you gotta understand that, who knows, maybe one day this Armageddon will happen and your religion will probably be one of the false ones. I can't say for sure, because it may happen, it may never happen, but regardless, if it's all one story for the entire planet to become one culture, one nation, one society, one country, you know, maybe one language, I don't fucking know. Okay? Look at me. Nigga, look at me. I am just a guy talking on a camera. I don't know everything. I admit that I don't know everything. Some people think they're smarter than everybody, and usually they're average minded. It's usually not actually stupid people, but they're not like super duper smart, because the thing about super smart people is they can still admit that at the end of the day or the end of the night or whatever, they're never going to truly know everything, you know? Like, there's always going to be something that you either overlooked or didn't know, you know? That's just how it's going to be. But whatever the case, I'm going to end this video because this is just a long story. But in conclusion, yeah, assassination is bad. Charlie Kirk's whatever issue this brung along with it, well, you're just going to have to deal with that, or formally deal with that, because I have no idea what that future will bring. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this video, and I shall probably see you later. Bye!